This is Darker Than You Think by Jack Williamson, published by the Easton Press in 1998. This is from their masterpieces of science fiction series or fantasy. Yeah, masterpieces of fantasy series in the 90s. And this is one of the publications in it. So let's have a look at this book. As you can see, it's bound in this black cowhide leather, which looks pretty nice, has a very nice gloss to it, nice grain as well. Definitely one of the rougher textures, as all 90s Easton Press books are. We have this gilt design on the front, which is very high quality, and I do like the motif on the front, if you call it that, maybe just illustration, but woman with the tiger, very nice looking. Then on the spine, we have just a basic geometric design. Very nice bold title though. And then on the back of the book, the same picture as on the front. So not much new there. The page edges are all gilded. A very nice job done here. And there are black and yellow headbands tucked back behind the leather there. Now moving into the book, it is very stiff, so I'm going to tread lightly with this. But you can see we have this black silk ribbon marker here, very high quality. And then we have these very standard end papers. You'll know that a book is from this Masterpieces of Science Fiction series if it has these unicorn end papers. So very standard, nothing new there, but they are nice thick cardstock. And then I have noticed that it's very difficult to open this book. I'm not sure if it would actually lay flat. Ooh. Ooh. It's creaking a lot as I open it, but yeah, I'm not sure it would actually lay flat. It doesn't look like it would want to lay flat. So you might have a hard time reading this if you like reading flat on the desk or flat, completely 180 degree angle open in your lap. I can only get it to about 90 degrees before it fights back. But anyways, we have the title page here, no frontispiece. We do have a little illustration on the front though, or in the title page. You can see Jack Williamson with a frontispiece by Jill Bauman, and then Easton Press, of course. And then this book is from 1948 or 1940, 1948. And then this specific edition was published in 1998. To Blanche. I do like the formatting of this book with like the fonts and the margins. So the interior is quite nice. There are no illustrations though, so bear that in mind. Just the little, tiny little, 3-inch by 3-inch picture on the front here. That's the only thing you get to illustrate this entire book. I do like the formatting on the inside though, as I've said. Has nice margins. The font size is very readable, and like the font thickness and all of that. I like the page headers as well. Now it is hard to open for the camera because this book is so tight. It just does not want to be opened. But that's a little bit of what the inside looks like. I'm not going to dwell too long on the interior because, there's no cool pictures to look at. So we do have one of these though. And these are the little flyers that came with every single Masterpieces of Fantasy book. Has a nice paper that it was printed on though. You can see the texture on that paper. Very nice. And it's just a little, printed in 2 tones of color, unlike most of this actual book. But it just gives you a little brief on the story. 1998. So that will stay with the book. And of course, the back of the book, same end papers as the front. That's all for this book, just a short little overview of Darker Than You Think. It's all right, for readability, it's not the best just because it's so stiff. I probably didn't emphasize that enough. Opening it is not fun. It doesn't want to be opened very well. So, there's probably better versions of this that are actually made for reading. This is definitely more of a fancy collector's item. It does look very nice, I must say, but it's also very expensive. I sold this for about $90 before shipping and tax, so it's much more expensive than some paperback or trade hardcover that you could buy online, and that edition would be much more readable than this. So that's all, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.